Today's webcast is about the government's proposals to introduce new anti-terror laws that will look at control orders. I understand from the Sunday Times newspaper that the government intends to introduce legislation that will give the police unprecedented power to arrest, to stop, to question anybody they want without any suspicion, and if the person refuses to cooperate, they will arrest that person, they will be charged, and it could be subjected to a £5,000 fine. And this is not just a Muslim issue, it's not a minority issue, and it's not just a liberal issue in terms of civil liberties. This is an issue that affects the very nature of a free country. The freedom to go about your business without interference and without undue pressure and undue intrusion by a government. We are sadly on the road now to a police state in the UK. These proposals attack the very rights that have taken hundreds of years to build up in this country. The right to go about your lives without intrusion, without unnecessary victimization and demonization by the police. We accept that Britain, the United Kingdom, faces an increased risk of terrorism, but tackling terrorism should never be at the expense of the rights of the individual over a mighty government. Tony Blair, John Reid have got it wrong on this. I do really hope that they look again at these proposals. They do not allow unnecessary legislation through. That one, they allow parliamentary scrutiny in great detail, that Parliament should be given the proposals and they should be able to scrutinise the legislation without the government introducing it really quickly and say, well, we're in danger of there's a huge danger and it should pass in 24 or 48 hours. That's unacceptable, shouldn't happen. And secondly, Muslim organisations, minority groups and the British public should be asked about what their views are. Because if you're going out on a Friday night, and this is a message to some of the people who often email me some, nasty comments about Islam and Muslims, but this is not just about Muslims in this country. If you, in listening to this and watching this, if you go out on a Friday, Saturday night, you get drunk, or you refuse to cooperate with a police officer when stopped, maybe on a Friday night in a city, town or city centre, you refuse to cooperate, you could be subjected to a £5,000 fine for just not cooperating. It's unprecedented, it's unacceptable, and I hope the government listen